Hi, Sue here from Scott Properties Group, and I've got the pleasure of being back in Noosaville, chatting to Steve Wilson from Jim's Building and Pest. Thank you for having us back
You're
again,
welcome.
Steve.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful afternoon sitting out here on your balcony, so thank you for that. Steve, something that often comes up is, well, we've had a building and pest inspection done when we bought the house 15 years ago, and it was fine then. So the next question I really need to ask you is, how often should we actually have a building pest inspection?
Yes, very good question. And a lot of people believe once they bought the house and they know that everything's okay, everything's fine for the next number of years. In a lot of cases, the chemicals last 5 to 8 years. But what they have to remember is the warranty on those chemicals and their protection is conditional on a 12-monthly inspection. So you've got to have a 12-monthly inspection on your house. Now, the best opportunity is to continue with if you have a pest contractor that's currently looking after the house, is to continue with that pest contractor. If you don't, you can call on us. We will come around every 12 months and do a pest inspection, just to make sure that there's nothing that has breached the barrier, which is how it happens. It can be breaching of the physical barrier or the chemical barrier.
So we're talking just purely about the pest, we're not talking about building?
Purely the pest, yeah.
Okay.
That is purely timber pest and termites. So
Okay.
there's a combination of timber pests.
Okay, so do you also recommend that every so many years you have a building inspection as well?
We do. We encourage, and part of our report, we identify maintenance issues, issues which need to be attended to in the first 6 months or 12 months of living in the house. And part of the inspection we can do for the client is to have a look at the maintenance on the house. It's so important to keep the house current and ready to sell if you're ever wanting to sell, but keeping the value of the house. And maintenance is one area where people don't always understand. And we combine that together with a pest inspection and a maintenance inspection, or we can do them separately.
Okay, so if you were to do, say, just a pest inspection, what's the average kind of cost for just a pest inspection?
Just for a follow-up pest inspection is around about the $200.
Okay, and if you were to do the building and pest, it would go back to the sort of the 500.
Well, no. It's the opportunity to get the building and the maintenance done together is it's financially the best opportunity.
Okay.
If it's on its own, it's still around about the $240. But if you combine the pest and the building together, it's less than. It's around about the $350.
Oh wow.
So
it's well worth.
It's
doing.
well worth it. And they get a report at the end of that day as well. So it is worthwhile. And one thing we do encourage, once we've given the person the report, the original report for the building and pest, or the pest and the maintenance, they can ring us at any time, years after. We're always there to help.
That's really good, because I had no idea that until I really had a long chat with Steve some time ago, that we really should be doing this. I mean, I know about the pest inspection annually. I mean, I think that's pretty much, most people would know that. But as far as the building, the maintenance, no, I don't think a lot of people realise that annual inspections would be of benefit.
We encourage people to establish a maintenance schedule in all of our reports, and we start. Not that it's an extensive maintenance report. We identify maintenance as we do our inspections for the structural and the moisture and the pest. So we try and start off a maintenance schedule for the people, and we encourage them to add to it. And then we sort of turn up 12 months later and say, how are you going? And what about these things? And we can also help them with trades.
And that's the other important thing. I think this is the having a local inspector in your designated area is so good, because like ourselves as in business, we have, we use you, we use lots of other services. They're not far away. It's not as if you're just getting somebody from 100 k's away coming in. So I think having local people is really very, very important. And also they know the area too. I think as far as soil and different things. So that also helps.
Yeah.
I mean, up here we're very sandy in places and
we
very
recommend
clayey in others.
qualified and licensed contractors to do the work. So there's some assurance there that they've got the right person and the right job is done.
So guys, annually is the best way. So I hope that's helped you to understand how important it is. As I said at the very beginning of the process when we started doing these videos with Steve, and that, you know, it's not a sexy subject, but come on, you know, it's the biggest purchase you're potentially going to be buying in your whole of your life, and to let that lapse, I would say, is pretty foolhardy, really. So thank you so much, Steve, once again. We're going to be having another chat with Steve in a few weeks' time, and by all means send us any questions that you would like him to answer, because it might be specific to something you've done or had done, and we just want to be able to educate as many people as possible on ways that things can be solved or recognised as well. So from us for now, thank you very much,
Thank you, Sue.
and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.